growing northeast corner of Oxfordshire. We will call it Larkrise because of the great number of skylarks which made the surrounding fields their springboard and nested on the bare earth between the rows of green corn. For a few days, or a week, or a fortnight, the fields stood ripe unto harvest. It was the one perfect period in the hamlet's year. The 1880s brought a succession of hot summers, and day after day, as harvest time approached, the children of the end house would wake to the dewy, pearly pink of a fine summer dawn, and the swish-swish of the early morning breeze rustling through the ripe corn beyond their doorstep.
Know what you boys call it? Sing All of a Road. You can sing too, All of a Road. Here we go. And the reaping begins, the farmer the fruit of the earth gathers in mirth let us talk till the season begun, and at night give a holler till it's all over, till it's all over, and at night give a holler till it's all over. Then early next morning our hooks we do grind, and away to the cornfield to reap and to buy. A foreman looks back and he leaves well behind, and he gives a loud holler, bring it all well behind, say all well behind, and he gives a loud holler, bring it all well behind. Oh, then says the foreman behind and before, we will have a fresh wet and a half a pipe more. So be jolly boys, to the end we will go, to the end we will go, till it's all over, till it's all over, to the end we will go, till it's all over. When night it comes on, to the farm we will steer, to partake a good supper and to drink a strong beer, in wishing the farmer such blessings in his life, drinking a health unto him and his wife, unto him and his wife, and in drinking a health unto him and his wife. Our wheat is olive, oats, barley abound, is success to the farmer who plows through the ground. As for this wheat stubble, into turnip we'll sow, and so we'll continue till it's all over, till it's all over, and so we'll continue till it's all over, till it's all over, and so we'll continue till it's all over. Did you sing?
Yeah.
Good. Now, just occasionally, the remote hamlet of Larkrise would have a visit from the outside world in the shape of a cart seller, like Jerry Parish, who sold fish and fruit. In the play, there's a scene where Jerry regales the villagers about the new and exotic tomatoes, which he calls love apples or tomatoes, and which he considers only fit for the gentry, and those from Exeter. Also the John Dory fish, which is said to bear the fingerprint of Jesus when he was fishing in the Sea of Galilee. So we have two very musically contrasting things here from the same scene in Jerry Parish. Here we go. I've red tomatoes for the gentry, lotus for the likes of you. Pears and peaches aplenty, and an orange for the likes of you. I've a bunch of grapes for the gentry, but lotus for the likes of you. I can tip my hat most politely and be
not in line was always spoken of as next door. She seemed very old to the children, for she was a little, wrinkled, yellow-faced old woman in a sunbonnet. She and her husband Twister lived in a pleasant home, though bare, for Queenie kept it spotless, scrubbing her deal table and whitening her floor with hearthstone every morning and keeping the 2 brass candlesticks polished on her mantelpiece till they looked like gold. The cottage faced south, and in summer the window and door stood open all day to the sunshine. And when the children from the end house passed close by her doorway, as they had to do every time they went beyond their own garden, they would pause a moment to listen to Queenie's old sheep's head clock ticking. There was no other sound, for after she had finished her housework, Queenie was never indoors while the sun shone. If the children had a message for her, they were told to go round to the beehives. There they would find her, sitting on a low stool with her lace pillow on her lap, sometimes working and sometimes dozing, with her lilac sunbonnet drawn down over her face to shield it from the sun. Every fine day throughout the summer she sat there, watching the bees. She was combining duty and pleasure, for if they swarmed, she was making sure of not losing the swarm, and if they did not, it was still, as she said, a trade to sit there, feeling the warmth of the sun, smelling the flowers, and watching the cratterers go in and out of the hives. When at last the long-looked-for swarm rose into the air, Queenie would seize her coal shovel and iron spoon and follow it over cabbage beds and down pea stick alleys, her own or, if necessary, other people's, tanging the spoon on the shovel. Tang, tang, taggity tang. She said it was the law, that if they were not tanged and they settled beyond her own garden bounds, she would have no further claim to them. Where they settled, they belonged. That would have been a serious loss, especially in early summer, for as she reminded the children, a swarm in May's worth a rick of hay, and a swarm in June's worth a silver spoon, while a swarm in July isn't worth a fly.
Now we have a new song for you, a brand new song, which is on our album. It's called Queenie's Bees. Ruth and I wrote it. And Ruth's going to sing it and play the zither, this very delicate instrument, very quiet instrument, this is zither. We've got a bead shaker on the far side of the stage. He's looking for his bead noise. He's got it.
Watch
properly equipped unless she had one secreted about her. To make a pinacite, 2 small sheets of glass, a piece of brown paper, and plenty of flowers were required. Then the petals were stripped from the flowers and arranged on one of the sheets of glass, with the other sheet placed over it to form a kind of floral sandwich, and the whole was enveloped in brown paper, in which a little square window was cut, with a flap left hanging to act as a drop scene. Within the opening then appeared a multicoloured medley of flower petals, and that was the pinacite. And I have one here to show you. No design was aimed at, the object being to show as many and as brightly coloured petals as possible. But Laura, when alone, loved to arrange her petals as little pictures, building up a geranium or a rose or even a little house against a background of green leaves. Usually the girls only showed their pinacites to each other, but sometimes they would approach one of the women or knock at a door singing, "A pin to see, a pinacite, all the ladies dressed in white, a pin behind and a pin before, a pin to knock at a lady's door." They would then lift the flap and show the pinacite, for which they expected to be rewarded with a pin. When this was forthcoming, it was stuck with any others that might be received on the front of the pinafore, and there was always a competition as to who should get the longest row of pins.
Innocent pleasures, eh? Sometimes life was a bit sinister for young children, like when they're confronted by a witch elder tree. Their belief was that an old witch had turned herself into this tree, and that if cut, the tree would bleed human blood. Jump. Makes us jump. We know it's coming. Now, in her book, Flora Thompson talks about songs which were sometimes danced to by the people, young and old. I Have a Bonnet Trimmed with Blue is one such song. And on our new album, we've linked this with the strange, surreal song that the Cheap Jack sang when he visited the village selling his wares from a cart. Now, as luck would have it, these share the same tune, so I'm going to put them together for you. First of all, we have the ladies singing about the bonnets, and then I'm the Cheap Jack, the interloper from outside, and we'll end up doing a bit of musical battle, trying to get our words over. So here we go. production of Larkrise later at the Haymarket Theatre in Leicester, with a later version of the Larkrise Band in 1985. Now the directors, there were two, both ladies, requested a piece of music for a touching scene where two young lovers are to part for the second time. Polly, to go away from the village and work as a servant in the big house, and John, a returning soldier, to stay and work on the land. My response was to write a complete song. To my delight, and I would say to the director's credit, they allowed it into the scene without being shortened. Action was frozen on a farewell embrace while we played and sang the entire song. So here again, after all these years, is